Confirmation hearings for several of President-elect Trump's cabinet nominees are set to begin next week. They are expected to be in part contentious. As we reported last night, Democrats are vowing to stall action on 8 of Trump's picks, including his choice for Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin. Mnuchin's official bio on the RNC's website highlights his time as a CEO of a hedge fund and the company he co-founded that's produced hit films like X-Men and Avatar. Leaves out other chunks of his resume, including some of the controversy. It's a chapter of his past almost certain to come up at his confirmation hearing. CNN senior investigative correspondent Drew Griffin tonight reports.
Steve Mnuchin, like Donald Trump, is a deal maker. And during the height of the housing crisis, he saw a deal. A failed lender named IndyMac was being sold off by the U.S. government, and Mnuchin led a team that bought it. They renamed it OneWest, took over and expanded its reverse loan mortgage program, and then increased the pace of foreclosures.
OneWest was the foreclosure kings in California for their size. I mean, there were bigger companies like Countrywide that foreclosed on more, but they had a much larger market share.
How big? In the first 6 years of Steve Mnuchin's leadership, 16,000 reversed mortgage foreclosures were carried out by OneWest and its subsidiary Financial Freedom. 4 out of every 10 in the country, more than twice what a lender of its size should have produced, according to John Taylor, CEO of a consumer rights group focusing on big banks.
They were going to foreclose on as many people as they possibly could because that was the business model that said to them, we're going to make a fortune doing this.
Mnuchin did profit handsomely, eventually selling OneWest Bank to CIT Group for more than twice what he paid for it. He also became vice chairman of CIT, which inherited the foreclosure mess. Dozens of lawsuits and a federal investigation would follow him.
Hi, this is James Garner for Financial Freedom.
The pitch was simple. Older people searching for a new source of income in retirement could make a deal with Financial Freedom, get monthly paychecks, and remain in their house rent-free until they died.
If you're 62 or older and own your own home, I'd like to talk to you about something you should know.
It turns out there was a very big catch that a lot of people did not know about. The person who bought the reverse mortgage could stay in his or her house until they died, true. But after death, everyone else living in the house would have to go unless they paid back the loan. Elizabeth Lavulo's grandmother died in January of 2014. The letter from Financial Freedom arrived almost immediately, telling the survivors to pay up.
They said that the house needed to be paid in full by April 28th, or else they would foreclose the property.
Unless specific arrangements were made in advance, surviving widows, children, partners, or grandchildren would be kicked out. Consumer groups say that information was buried in the fine print.
So they just gave us a deadline. They didn't even give us a program or a step process to try to save the house. It was just really cold and dry, cutthroat and dry.
Financial Freedom tried 4 times to foreclose on Lavulo's grandmother's home. She fought back, she got help, and she stopped it. Others weren't so lucky.
This was a big part of their business, and they've caused a lot of pain and suffering for a lot of seniors.
Federal regulators heard story after story from people who said they'd had horrible experiences with OneWest and Financial Freedom. This letter is from a woman who says OneWest was guilty of, quote, unethical business practices. Another from a 90-year-old woman whose loan repayment accidentally came up 27 cents short. Instead of trying to fix the problem, Financial Freedom tried to foreclose over that 27 cents. Mnuchin supporters say don't blame the bank, blame the federal bureaucracy that set up the rules of government-backed reverse mortgages. A source familiar with OneWest operations told CNN the Department of Housing and Urban Development, or HUD as it's called, set up specific rules, deadlines, and procedures banks had to follow, and said OneWest under Steve Mnuchin was just following those rules. A HUD spokesperson told CNN while it doesn't dispute it has strict rules for its government-backed reverse mortgages, the spokesman says OneWest had the ability to give survivors more time, but chose not to. Steve Mnuchin didn't answer questions directly to CNN, but a transition spokesperson insists the nominee for the U.S. Treasury Secretary remains proud of his record at OneWest and goes on to say that during the height of the housing crisis, Mnuchin was able to save 3 institutions that were in receivership, did tens of thousands of loan modifications, saving homes and jobs, and developed OneWest into a regional banking franchise that in turn made loans to consumers and businesses that helped create jobs.
Drew, the fact that Mnuchin's bank foreclosed on 16,000 reverse mortgages, how big an issue is that going to be when he gets to a Senate confirmation hearing?
I think it will be big, Anderson, and this could get even worse. It turns out that lawyers in California's Attorney General's office were calling on the Attorney General to open a civil enforcement action against OneWest Bank, Mnuchin's bank. This was back in 2013. And they were citing some 35,000 foreclosures the bank was carrying out at the time. This is a memo that we got from the Attorney General's Consumer Law section. It was leaked to us. It's from January of 2013, nearly 24 pages long, and outlines what the state lawyers said at the time was evidence of widespread misconduct, including backdating records, facilitating unlawful bids, and other actions, which these lawyers said deserved a full-scale investigation. The Attorney General of California at the time, Democrat Kamala Harris, failed to carry through on the advice of her lawyers, so nothing ever came of it. But, oddly enough, Kamala Harris is now the new Democratic senator from California. She could certainly help her colleagues in questioning Mnuchin about how he profited while foreclosing on these tens of thousands of California homeowners.
Wow.
Anderson?
We'll see what happens.